Christmas is just around the corner, and I just wanted to show you a few of my new additions to the grow room. These are plants that I didn't necessarily needed to get, but I just couldn't help myself. My name is Christopher, as always. I just wanted to show you these quickly before we get into the holidays. It's gonna be hectic, and I don't know how much time I will get to make videos. So this might be the last video of this year, but I don't know. Maybe I can find some time in between Christmas and New Year. I wanted to run through these quickly. This is a begonia. It is a common houseplant, and many of you probably grow this also. And I don't know too much about it. I just love the prickly, the prickly leaves on this. I don't know how it grows. It already dropped a leaf, so I'm not so sure, but it looks like it's coming up with new ones. So hopefully this is gonna look nice in the new year. This is a beauty. This is an orchid. It's called an oncidium orchid, and I really don't know too much about orchids, and I haven't really been too fond of growing these because they are a little bit difficult to grow, and it just didn't catch my eye. But yeah, I just wanted to try it and see if I can really get this one growing here. And the nice thing about oncidiums is that they actually smell fantastic. And I didn't know that. I always thought that orchids just didn't smell like anything, but that's more like the regular orchids. I'm gonna read up on this, and we're probably gonna talk more about it in the future. But yeah, in the morning, at night it doesn't smell too much, but in the morning it's unbelievable. Know what this is? Many of you might actually know what this is. It is a coffee, and I've been growing coffee before, but I lost it due to spider mites, and I just wanted to get back into growing a coffee tree. I have a few small ones. I just would like to be able to grow a coffee tree to a decent size. I see Luke at My Gardener channel. He's grown a coffee all the way to a coffee bean indoors, and that's something that I would love to replicate, so I'm gonna try that. I got two new small plants. These are called, I think they're called nerve plants or something in the lines of that. They have a fantastic leaf structure, and they have these bright pink and white veins in the leaves. And I don't know if these ones are fast growing or if they get huge, or I really don't know anything about those. So I'm just gonna keep it in this size pot for now and see if we need to transplant it later. And it might be able to get some cuttings from it and see if we can propagate it. So that's gonna be fun. And the last one, this is the most exciting for me. This is by far the most exciting for me. This is a new banana plant. And I've been growing bananas now for a couple of years, or 2-3 years, and you've all seen for those of you who have been following me along and seen my other videos, I had this monster of a banana plant, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these now. And the problem with that plant was that it just topped the roof of this grow room, and there is just no other place for me to grow it, so I couldn't get it to the size it needed to get to be able to produce fruits. So I was just looking at it, and the one that I was growing is called a dwarf Cavendish, and that was supposed to be a dwarf, and it is a dwarf, but I underestimate what a dwarf really is. But this is a super dwarf Cavendish, and it is already looking so much denser than the other plant. And I've been reading a little bit online. I couldn't find too much. I think these go by so many different names. And I wasn't able to find any really good video about it, but I saw a couple of plants that was producing fruit, and they were no taller than, yeah, maybe 5 feet, maybe at top. So yeah, this is gonna be super exciting, and I really hope that I can get this to go all the way to a banana. So within a couple of years, you might see something nice with this one. The last one that I wanted to show you of the new additions is this one. It's called an Alocasia sabrina, I think. It is zebra striped, and it is a gorgeous plant. I really like this. It already started to get some brown spots on the leaves here. And if some of you grow this type of, I think it's also called the elephant ear. I know there's a ton of alocasias, and they all go by different names, so I'm not so sure if this one has a more normal name for it. But I think they all grow quite the same. And if any of you have any idea why it's getting these white spots, I was thinking that it was not enough humidity, or it might be overwatering. I'm not so sure. It might be underwatering. I really don't know. You see, all plants have their own way of telling you what's going on, and one type of condition might look like underwatering or overwatering, and it might be another way that another plant will react to the same thing. So I really don't know, but this is a fantastic plant, and if I really can get a hang on growing these, I would imagine this growing to a enormous size. It's gonna require some light and a lot of space, but I think I'm really gonna focus on this. If this one really wants to take off, I'm gonna dedicate resources to growing this, because it would be so much fun to. I looked online and I saw some of these growing in the wild, and they are just gorgeous. They're huge plants with these enormous leaves, and yeah, it would be so much fun to see this one grown to a decent size in indoors. I don't know, they might be a slow grower also. I really don't know. I have a mango here. I have so many different things, but that's not something that we're gonna do today. The last thing that I wanted to show you is, remember the raised bed that I made a couple of months ago? I planted all my aloe plants and most of my succulents there. I think I just want to show you how that's moving along. It is growing. It's growing slow, but that's succulents. So I just wanna show you how that looks now, and what we can expect from this going forward. And also the pepper that I cut down, I think it's 5 days now since I cut it down, and it's already looking really green. So it's coming back, and yeah, it looks just fantastic. So just hold on to your pants, and I'll just turn you around and we can take a look at the grow box. This is what the succulent case looks like, or the grow box looks like now. All the aloes are in the back, and they're growing really nice. They turned purple. Many of the small ones turned all the way purple when I just placed it in, and that's due to the strong grow lights. So if you put aloe into direct sunlight and it's not used to it, it's gonna turn purple, but eventually it will turn back to green, and most of the leaves now are all the way back to a nice healthy green color. All the other ones are succulents that I have been growing from leaf cuttings, and they are growing really nice. It's not the fastest growers, but I realize now that when I put it into a grow box of this size, they are growing so much faster than if I have them in regular pots. And I think that's due to both the space for the roots, but also it is a really even watering. All the plants get the same. The only thing that I tend to do is water a little bit more in the back due to the large aloe plants. But in the front here, it's really sparse, and they don't get much water at all. So I think these are doing fantastic, and I just can't wait to see when we get maybe a couple of months into it, or let's say March, April, or something like that. It's gonna be really full, and my intention here is to have everything covered in succulents. So hopefully all these ones, and it's already starting over here, it's already starting to cover up the whole area, and all the rocks, I would prefer if it all the rocks were covered in plants, and you could just see the rocks shining through within the leaves. So yeah, that's oh, and also this one, the prickly pear cactus, 2 new large petals. It's not the sturdiest plant, but it's staying it's standing on its own for now. Not this one, it's staked up, but this one, this was the original lowest part, the original plant. So it's doing fine, and I might have to stake it up, I don't know. I might even cut off the petal, I don't know. That's something for the future. So any ideas or any good points on growing this? They are getting decent lighting now, so I think they are doing okay. But I really think that cactuses really require some good lighting to grow sturdy enough that they can hold their own weight. So yeah. I really do hope that you will have a nice Christmas celebration. We are gonna celebrate with my family, and my closest family, and my wife's family. And it's gonna be really nice to have a few days off and just take the time and have fun with the kids, and be outside playing in the snow. We have over a foot of snow now, and it's plenty to be outside and have fun. So I hope you really enjoy and have a Merry Christmas. And this is Christopher saying, may the force be with you. I'll see you hopefully one more time within this year. Otherwise, we will just see each other in 2019.